Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Job, the 8th chapter. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, How long wilt thou speak these things? And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind, i.e., to be rash? Doth God pervert judgment, or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have cast them away for their transgression, right? Basically saying that if your children, were suffered judgment, then that's likely because they have sinned. It's not that the Most High is perverting judgment, right, or justice. If thou wouldest seek unto God betimes, and make thy supplication to the mighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. So if you were to seek after the Lord, if you were to make supplications unto him, right? If you were to be upright before him, of course he's gonna make sure your dwelling is prosperous and righteous. Though thy beginning were small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase, right? And even if you started off small, didn't have much, he would increase you. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search, to the search of their fathers, right? So, look in the past, right? Look at history. Even history itself will tell you. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. To say, like, it's like we were just born yesterday, right? And we don't really know as much as we think we do, because of how temporarily we live, like a shadow. Now, verse 10 continues really from verse 8, right? So as it says, prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? Can the rush grow without mire? That's the bulrush. Can it grow without that kind of soil or muddy area in which they grow at? Can the flag grow without water, which is another type of plant? Whilst it is yet in his greenness and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb. And let's look at this in the, see what other translation we have here. Right, it says here in the NLT, while they are still flowering, not ready to be cut, they begin to wither more quickly than grass. Right, that's their nature right there. It says, so are the paths of all that forget God, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web, that is a trap. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand, right? So he's going to lean for support, but he's not going to get it. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. So when he seeks support, when he seeks security, he won't find it. That is that of the hypocrite. He is green before the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. His roots are wrapped about the heap, and seeth the place of stones. Right. So, it looks like he's growing, likening them onto a plant here, right? Green before the sun, right? To like grow, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden, right? To spread like a tree. His roots are wrapped about the heap, and seeth the place of stones. That means that the roots are entangled in the bottom under the ground with rocks and stones. If he destroy him from his place, then it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. So it'll be like he was never there. All right. NLT, but when it is uprooted, it's as though it never existed. And he's likening this onto, once again, let's say an unrighteous person. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. So just as it was there once and wasn't there anymore, once it's uprooted, others are going to grow in its stead. Right? And NLT, that's the end of its life, and others spring up from the earth to replace it. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers. See, that's so they keep making that case. that the Most High is not just going up and just start doing this to somebody that's perfect. Till he fill thy mouth with laughter and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. So this was basically the sayings of Job's other friend here, Bildad, concerning, the whole matter of the situation. And you can see it's not too different from what Eliphaz was saying, right? But in any case, that brings us to the end of the book of Job, the 8th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.